and why do you think it is happening? Lily, do you want to read this one first?
All right.
Stephen, why is it happening? It has been happening. This is a continuation of slavery, oppression, and inequality that has been passed down through generations. As time went on, technology has changed. There are now hundreds of millions of cameras. It is now only being documented. It is happening because there is a system in place that isn't allowing a group of people to rise. Within the police system, there is a preconceived notion that African Americans are criminals. This is what happens when you have a system in charge that doesn't give a fuck.
Fair. They don't care. They're doing it because there's no one to stop them. Chanel. I feel like it's fucked up, and if something isn't done, it is going to keep going on. Even then, I feel like this is going to happen regardless.
Yeah, I'm good with it. All right, this is from Chanel. So my experiences with police in school and in the community, I was stereotyped. They was always on me and my friends for the simple fact of what we looked like. So even if they didn't know me, they would stop me. I mean, I could be in a completely different area and they would stop me. So in my school, my experience was similar. I think the reason they should be in the schools is all the shootings that are going on. And I was a designated gang member in the community. The gang task was always on me. They never let me be, no matter if I was doing good, no matter if I was doing good or bad. Changing the police, yeah, I would pay more attention on the ways they're stopping people, because that should be recorded. And do I think that there's an over-policing of communities of color? And does that lead to an over-incarceration of communities of color? Yes, I do. I do. I think it is for me. I mean, sometimes we need them around when it's violent, but sometimes they're the ones be bringing the violence here. Those are words from Chanel.
This is from Curtis. I think cops are afraid of Black people for the way they are perceived through music, TV, and previous experiences they may have had with Black people. Why else would they be so jumpy? It just isn't the same with other ethnicities. Or maybe they are trained to be more on edge with Black people.
This is from Noah. I am tired of hearing about the American dream and all of its ambiguity. I am tired of the smokescreens sent to cloud our vision that hold the shape of material things. I am tired of the police in the streets playing tag, you're dead, with innocent Black men. It's confusing when court officials in court cases rule verdicts like it's backwards day. The word from the judge should say guilty, but come out innocent. Unarmed was okay because they were scary, they were belligerent, they were moving towards their car and they looked violent. Triggers pulled under the discretion of preconceived conceptions built into the rulebook of systematic racism amped up by systemic oppression. These are the rules, the land we live in. The mouth is healthy but the teeth are rotten. Pulling them will be slow, pulling them will cause pain, but ridding ourselves of them is our only hope.
All right, so these are words from Jose, age 20. What were your experience with police in school and the community? All were bad. I never had a good encounter with the police, and it was always bad. They would never stop me to see how I was doing or anything like that, only what I was up to and to search me. Were you a designated gang member in the community, and what was that like? Yes, I was. To be honest, they treated me the same before and after I was designated. I didn't see much of a difference. They still stopped me and searched me for no reason. How would you change police and policing? I would like to see a more community-based approach. Do you think that over-policing of communities of color leads to over-incarceration of community of color? Yes, they are setting people up for failure. It's like they want to see the minorities fail.
This is something that was taken from a young man named Ethan, age 18. And it's very prophetic. What were your experiences with police in school and the community? I felt judged. I felt out of place with the cops in school. There weren't enough support systems. I was constantly disrespected and judged by appearance by the police. Were you a designated gang member in the community? What was that like? No, I was not. How would you change policing? Less force, unless really needed, more compassionate to situations of people, and less judgmental. Last question was, do you think that the over-policing of communities of color leads to the over-incarceration of communities of color? I think it does, yes. It creates a cycle that continues over and over again. Thank you.
Thank you everybody so much. I think we can probably open it up to other people who would like to speak at this point. This is Charles, and he wants to talk about the police.
You know, ever since I've seen all these killings of black men and women all across America, and every time I support your police, the police know who these dangerous, hostile, racist police on their force are. They know. In every city across this country, they know. The black police, who are on the force, if they don't know, they ought to quit. You see? I mean, this cannot go on. I mean, you think people are going to just take themselves being shot all across this country? I look at Northeast Portland. I know brothers who had businesses all up and down Alberta. They couldn't get a dime to refinance their businesses to grow. But they brought in this bullshit program called regentrification, and they gave the money to them, you see. And they moved all the young black people, I guess, out to the numbers, where all the police is out there. They even built a new police force out there, station, so they can police them. Yes, black people in America have been being marginalized ever since Abraham Lincoln signed the freedom papers, what you want to call them. Anyway, when Abraham Lincoln did that, they pulled a coup on America. And America never, up to when they killed Abraham Lincoln, because Abraham Lincoln had a plan to settle all this, you see. And they allowed them Southerners to keep their damn flag, build statues to those criminals, and that's what they were. They were traitors against America. They should have been rounded up and executed, like you do officers who trade against their country. But no, they didn't do that. And that's all because who controls the media in this country? I remember hearing Malcolm X say that. The media can solve all this. But you got all these people who do control the media, and I'm not going to bite my tongue about it. They're Zionists. Zionists all across America. They control the banking. That's why black people can't produce their dreams the way they want to. But they can't get the banking finance behind them. That's the problem. Police brutality and banking with no bankers around us. We have nobody supporting us except ourselves. And I think, and people should notice, we're doing a brilliant job. We're doing a very brilliant. They came at us ever since Obama was elected president, even worse. So just to let Obama know, yeah, you president, but you can't protect your people from these police. And I really appreciate when I look around me and I see more white people here than blacks. Because I've always believed that all America is not racist, but the media is going to keep attacking you with that, trying to divide us, trying to separate us. There was a young man here last time I was here with his face covered up and he tore the flag down. I took it away from him. We don't need that. That detracts from the point. because this is a serious matter. I got 3 sons. I worry all the time when they leave or go anywhere. We can't travel across this country, especially alone. You know, it's horrible. And something's got to be done about it. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you. Does anybody else want to come up and speak and give voice to this issue and to these people that we're speaking for?
Hello, my name's Richard Hernandez. Can I have Teresa Redford come up for a second, please?
She stepped away.
Okay. Folks, I've lived here in Portland a long time, and where I came from was a pretty good, middle class, white suburban neighborhood, and I feel, even I would survive if I were of color, and pushed the police. I would be shot. I would survive as a white man. If I were a man of color, I'd be laying in the street dead, because that's the way the system is. And second of all, this point I want to say is on the next time that they have the debate, our folks and many groups, black coalitions, should be marching in the streets, demanding change instead of watching the elections. And I feel I'm not going to vote because, okay, Hillary loves black people as long as they give her money, and we know how Trump thinks. And for all of for the area that I've worked in the last 7 years, there were African American places, I think Martin Luther King, are being sold out, and that money that most of the white middle class Americans have needs to go to the African American community and improve their lives with skills and give them better hope than gangs and drugs and stuff, where they have a chance to proceed the way I have been able to somewhat prosper. That money needs to go to the African American community. Folks, that money does not need to out African American people from their home communities where their history is. That is not right, and we have to stand and march, because that money belongs to the African American people. We can't allow these people to buy up these properties and to take away African American people's property and their heritage, their heritage, because that money should go to the African American people and not let these corporations buy up these houses so all these rich people can build it up. If that property is being built up, that should be built up for the African American community. We have to put a stop.
Thank you. Would you like to speak?
My name is Michael Duro. I represent Northeast Portland on the Multnomah Educational Services District. I want to say one thing that I wanted to correct, that I disagree with. I don't think this is really totally a matter of color, because it's all, if you look at the history of it, this was started to pitch one group of one group of lower class people against another, one group of lower class people against another group of lower class people by making them think they were superior. And they've been using this against us for 250 some years. And the sooner we stop turning against each other and realize that the people that we're after are in that top 1 or 10%, the further we'll get. The more time we spend with recriminations and going after each other, the more time we waste, and the more our children grow up without a sense of a place to belong. I've belonged in Portland, or I've lived in Portland permanently since 1980. I first came to Portland in 1967 because my father's family has lived here since the end of the Second World War. And Portland is a wonderful place. This is the only thing that we've really got going against us, is the fact that poor people and black people cannot get housing. Unless you have money. If you have money, you can get anything. I would like this to change, and hopefully the new administration will change this. I don't think that Charlie Hale has an interest in changing this. Thank you for letting me say my piece.
Thank you so much. You can come up.
Hi, my name's Nicholas. You guys are probably thinking, what's an 8-year-old doing up here talking, but I'm 13. I'm kind of sick of seeing all these racial profiles going around, and not just the businesses and not just the streets, but my schools too. I'm student council president, and I'm still getting profiled by police officers that come in through my school on fire drills and stuff. It's really irritating, and it's also irritating to see the students blackfacing themselves, wearing fake gold chains and saying yo, yo, yo all the time, but they don't understand that that's offensive. And calling each other wiggas, it's just not okay. My teachers are always telling me that you have a voice. I see every single black crime video and hear the police saying you have the right to remain silent. And I just don't think that's fair. Thank you.
Yeah, my name is Thomas Mullen. I'm here to represent the homeless people of color on the northeast side. I've been working for the last 30 years trying to get some homeless shelters over there. We wouldn't be in the situation that we're in now if it wasn't for the greed and corruption that we got going on here in Oregon that undermined, come back and gave me the property, took the property back, gave me the property, took the property back, and all of a sudden then they took it back for a third time. And so now they're saying, well, you guys don't have no homeless shelters, you don't have no affordable housing, you don't have nothing. We don't have it because you keep taking it back and selling it to somebody else. Then they made a broadcast that it's going to be, if it be an earthquake, the Northeast will be the best place to be. So yeah, everybody gonna move over there. If you tell me that's the only safe place gonna be across the street, all of a sudden we all gonna move across the street. And yeah, so wait a minute, man, bring the microphone with you when you come. Well, that's about it, you know, it's mind over matter. But whatever these people do, you have to remember what they do and mark it down in the record and for the record and in the record and hold them to the record. And so therefore, it said from day one, as the Bible said, that you're supposed to read the Bible from day one and keep your eyes open the whole time that you're here and to see what's right and what is wrong. And so either you for God or you for the devil. But like I said, I came here with God, and I'm here for everybody. And I'll tell anyone on this planet, the hardest lesson I ever learned, that all devils ain't white. And so yeah, there's a lot of black ones and browns and everything. And so I hope God give us a hand of separating, and because there's a lot of that going on here. So we got to go to the horn and go right up to the bull and touch him. So wait, man, we got no time for that. We beat you, we won, and everything. Get out our way, man. We ain't here to be fighting with you. We ain't supposed to be fighting with you every day. This is his planet Earth, where it's supposed to be peace and tranquility here, and that's what we're trying to get. And we're not supposed to be fighting with you every day in order to achieve that. And so therefore, you can put it on greed, you can put it on anything that you want to, but we're not accepting that anymore. And right now, that all the technology, everybody here and their mom and their dog got a camera and everything. So wait a minute, well, how do you have to shoot this guy? We spent $68 million for APHIS. APHIS can tell you who that guy is right now. We're way across the street. Hey, that's Thomas Edward Mullen sitting over there in that car over there. So cool, well, hey man, you got a parking ticket for yesterday for spitting out the window. So well, yeah, we got you on tape right here. Now why do they got to shoot the guy? Hey, man, we can go back and get him next month. So we got all this technology. We got to make these people use the technology, not when they want to. And just the same way as this flag, they want you to honor the flag. But if you read, and I want you to go to the library and read for yourself and read what the flag says. The flag says if you turn the flag upside down, they must send the federal government in here. Not if they want to, they got to send the federal government from Washington, D.C. That is the real federal government. And nobody got to monopolize on federal government. We have one here, but they ain't about nothing, just talking to his brother. And so you might go ahead, don't stop until you get to the federal government, turn your flag upside down, and Mr. Obama must send the federal government in here to help us solve this problem. I don't care about what everybody else is doing in the rest of this United States, but they have to start somewhere. And I hope, God, that y'all join me, because my flag's been upside down. And so from now on, when you see me, support me, or come get with me. And God be with you.